Hey guys, this is Alex from FlammeTrek. We're gonna be doing the FlammeTrek podcast today, so just relax and enjoy it. This is our first time doing it, so it might not be too polished, but we're just gonna be talking about some stuff from like E3 and some Xbox and PC and PlayStation 4 stuff. So let's get right into it. So the first thing I think we're gonna be talking about is Xbox Game Pass, which is a service from Xbox where you pay like a $10 monthly fee and you get a bunch of Xbox games for free. What do you guys think of it?
I think that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, well, depending on what games they give you, which is, some are good, some are bad, you could probably play the
Yeah,
pros
If they
and
give
cons of
you
it.
Minecraft, it's 10 out of 10. But if they don't give you
That is
Minecraft, it's like flippity. What are you doing? So
they also give you like
depends.
discounts and stuff, which is nice. Like there's Halo 5 too. I like that.
I think it could be like a scam though if they just gave you cheap games that you could probably get for free anyways. But like if they're
Yeah,
actually
it
giving
could
you close to AAA games, then that'd be pretty good.
it could be it could go either way, but from what I've seen of it so far, there's actually some really nice games in there, and it seems like a pretty good service for anybody that plays on like Xbox or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have an Xbox and even with gold they give you a lot of things. Like I've
Yeah, they
gotten
do give you a lot of free games.
a lot of backwards compatible games though, so I mean
Yeah,
I think it would be
I
good
don't
if you paired it
I
with
don't
gold.
have. I don't have gold games anymore because like I don't have gold anymore because I'm mostly like a PC player. But gold isn't a bad deal. I just don't like it because they're forcing you to use it to play online. The free games are nice though. But there were also a lot of big games seen at E3 this year. One of them being I believe Star Wars Battlefront 2 was at E3, which I'm actually pretty hyped up for this game.
Yeah, I don't think you should get too hyped up though because there's been a lot of hype trains going on lately, and it's like
Yeah,
it doesn't
I
end
was
up
so
being what it's
let
supposed to be.
I was so let down by the first one, but I really hope that they do it right this time.
Yeah,
Like I hated the first game, like, and I paid like this full $60 for it because all my friends like told me to buy it, and it sucked. I
yeah.
hated it so
They
much.
say that they're gonna have a much deeper single player. I think is what they were advertising
Yeah,
because it's like
yeah, like much richer gameplay,
mhm,
more stuff to do.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that the story they're gonna actually have like a full campaign, is what I heard.
yeah,
And it's gonna be told from like the Empire's point of view. Like you're gonna be playing as like an Imperial trooper, like a new type of one, and you're gonna be like this Imperial super soldier. And I think they're finally adding like planes and stuff into like the normal like deathmatch games or whatever game modes you play. Like it's not gonna be just like X-wing fights in one mode and on the ground fights in another mode. I think it's gonna be like seamless transitions, which
yeah.
I really hope at least. That's what it looks like from the trailers and what I've heard. So that's good. And
Mhm.
I think a lot of us have played Bendy and the Ink Machine. I thought it was neat. It only took me like 15 minutes to complete like the first chapter,
Yeah,
but I really
I don't
liked.
think I would pay for the second chapter, honestly. Like it's a cool game and stuff, but I feel like it's more of like a itch.io game that you would download for free. It's not like a paid game. But
But I
Yeah,
mean,
kinda
it's
like
only a
the
couple
Minecraft.
dollars for the next chapter, and the story seems to be like ominous, and the it's pretty. It seems to be like it's going to be a story that unfolds a lot throughout the different chapters. So
mhm.
it might be something that I consider buying.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I really liked the rich like atmosphere throughout the game, and I thought it was a lot of fun. Like I'd seen other people play it, so I kind of knew what was coming. But I still got me a couple times with
I
like the
think
jump
it's definitely
scares.
more of like a art project than it is like a game. It's not like
I
a
don't want to be like super scared by a game either. So it does take more of an artistic approach, which is part of the reason I really liked it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not much else to talk about there. Destiny 2, there's been a lot of news surrounding that, like how it's only going to run at like 30 FPS even on the Scorpio. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
why they would push for 4K 30 when they could get like 1080 30.
I don't
1080
think
60.
I don't think that FPS games should ever have to run at 30 FPS. It is
Yeah, not ever
horrible.
again. Not on this
Yeah.
not on this console generation.
Yeah, it is
And
just horrible to
like
play on.
I used to play like even when I used to play only on like consoles or whatever, like playing Halo 3 on the 360 and going to the 1 was the biggest jump. Like it from 30 to 60.
Yeah.
It was a huge jump. And so it was fun like to have the better frame rate on the
Mhm.
new versions of the game. And but yeah, Destiny 2, it's really disappointing that it's not, because the Scorpio could easily run at 1080 60, and some people say that it could run 4K 60, which there's been some debate about that. I mean, with the right optimization, I think they might be able to get it there. But
I heard a little bit of them discussing putting it onto PC, like making it PC compatible.
oh, it is on PC.
Yeah,
Destiny 2 is coming out on
that's
PC,
gonna be
and
really
with
really good.
uncapped. I mean, you're probably gonna need a pretty decent rig to run it, especially at 4K. But even just being able to get 60 FPS out of the game, which should be coming out of it on consoles, even if they have to give players the choice between 4K 30 and 1080 60, like let the player choose at the very least. Because even the older consoles, I think, would be able to do like 1080 60, or maybe I heard there's like a massive CPU bottleneck. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But they could get 60 somehow.
Yeah, they could even if they had to put it to 720p, I think it'd still be worth it because an
Yeah.
FPS game at 30 FPS, even if everyone's running at 30 FPS, it's still going to be a really bad experience.
Mhm. It's not like it's PvP most of it either. It's PvE. So it really doesn't make much sense. Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
But it's and even if there's disagreement between like if you want to run 720 60 and 4K 30 or 1080 30 or depending on which console you're running on, I still think that like it would be worth it to give the player the choice, because everybody's going to have the choice somehow to run at 60. It's not like giving some players an advantage, and it's most of it is not PvP either, which is a big thing.
Mhm.
There've actually been some people that have speculated that Sony has some sort of like parity deal with Activision that keeps them from making it 60 FPS on Scorpio, because like some of the Xbox devs came out and said that like Destiny 2 is like completely able to run 4K 60, which I don't know the truth of that statement, but
That
like
would
some people
actually be
think
pretty
that,
evil.
I know,
That's
but like
horrible.
there's things that Sony's done like in the past that I wouldn't put it past them to try to stay competitive with Xbox by limiting what other players can do on it, or
How
other
much money
developers.
do you think that they'd have to pay to get a pact like that to say that you can't?
I don't know, but I think it would be worth it for them, so they aren't struggling behind like Xbox. None of this is like set in stone fact, but I wouldn't put it past them. Like they're the ones that like made it so like EA access wasn't allowed on their console because it quote unquote like wasn't a good value, which is like $5 a month for a ton of free games. Like how is that not a good value?
Mhm.
And then there's them not wanting to do crossplay between like the Xbox and the Switch on like Minecraft, I think. Cuz like Minecraft's going to be like cross compatible with like the Xbox, Windows 10, the Switch, iOS, Android, and like pretty much everything except like PlayStation. So I really, really wouldn't put it past them to come up with some sort of deal like that, especially for a big name game like Destiny. And there was also another game that was actually showcased on the Project Scorpio, or now known as Xbox One X, Shadow of War, which actually looks really amazing. I never played Shadow of Mordor, but this is the sequel to that, and it looks really good. The combat still looks great. I like the new features, like the whole like collecting people to go to battle with the other fortresses and stuff. But
Actually, I haven't heard much about that, but that sounds cool.
yeah, Ian
They've
was
added,
actually the one that played a lot of Shadow of Mordor, so he might have
Oh,
some
yeah.
more to say about Shadow of War.
Oh yeah, well then well, first of all, in Shadow of Mordor, what you would do is pretty much like the base thing. They made the Nemesis system, which is basically just you have a ton of guys so you can take over, and well, they called it brand in both games, I believe, and then you can fight other guys. But in Shadow of War, they made instead of like just well, in Shadow of Mordor they had two main regions you could go to, but in Shadow of War they have like I believe 9 different regions, and each of them has a castle you have to take over. And to do that, you have to make your own army of orcs and all that stuff. And they've also added like new powers because apparently, I don't know, story things.
I don't know. That
And
that might actually
also
be a
other stuff.
game that I pick up. Like, I don't want to. I want to get it on PC if it's coming out on PC. I haven't done much research on that. I'd expect it is. But
Yeah, Shadow of Mordor
I'd
came
have
out on
to.
PC,
That would
so
be
I'd
after I
expect
get like
it.
a new graphics card and stuff, because I've been saving for a little while for a new card, because my
Yeah.
rig right now is pretty decent, but I'm running like an old Radeon like 6670.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be pretty graphically intensive, I'd say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
which it does fine on like the older games like Payday and CS:GO and stuff like that. But it once you get past like 2015, it starts to struggle with most of the games that are like AAA. But that's beside the point. Um, as we've touched on a little bit earlier, Minecraft is going to be cross-platform with like everything except like PlayStation. So like Xbox One, Switch, iOS, Android, and like Windows 10 edition.
Wow.
And it's getting like a 4K update, which Windows 10 is already cross-compatible with iOS and Android, and I think all the other versions of PE, like probably like on the Windows Phone. I don't think anybody has like a Windows Phone anymore.
They're not very good. I've owned one in the
No.
past, and they're just like most of the apps aren't compatible whatsoever. It's just not good.
That's not good.
I don't really understand about that Minecraft 4K update. Are they going to be updating like the textures and stuff?
I think
And it's blocks, so
think
it
they
has
are. Like,
you know.
I think they are for. I don't know if you have to use the new textures. They're probably just gonna put it in as a new option.
Mhm.
But that would be pretty nice to have, I guess. Not
And
not
if-
really anything. I don't play Minecraft for the graphics.
Yeah, it's more the concept, but it'll look
Yeah,
nice.
I play it
I'd
for
say.
the plot.
Minecraft
Cross-platform has been really nice
Yeah.
between Windows 10 and PE, because I cannot play on the phone. Like,
Yeah, it's
can't-
really
I can't
confined.
play.
That's the word.
I can't play on the
Yeah.
phone because everything. I keep missing my touches and everything. I have to play on mouse and keyboard or controller, and I prefer mouse and keyboard. So I'll have all my friends like down wherever my computer is, and they all play on their iPhones and Androids and iPads and stuff, and I'll play on my desktop.
Yeah.
So we still all get to play together, but I get to use the platform that I like, and they get to use the platform that they like, which is amazing that they've done that. Which is one of the greatest things about Microsoft purchasing Minecraft, is their ability to connect all the versions of the game through Xbox Live and stuff like that.
hmm
And also, oh, go ahead.
I think Microsoft has a big advantage in that because they have a lot of like different strategies, and they have a lot of like Sony is pulling ahead, and I think that they have a lot more connections. But I think Xbox is still a pretty good competitor to PlayStation, even.
Yeah, PlayStation does a lot better. Sony and PlayStation do a lot better. Like financially, and well, not a ton better, but they do better on the business side of things, just doing what they have to do to stay ahead. But Xbox has done a ton, like completely like consumer friendly stuff that Sony wouldn't ever think of doing. Like a lot of their games have like the Play Anywhere thing that you can play on Windows 10 and Xbox just by buying like one copy of the game, which is amazing because they have, once again, it's because they own Windows and Xbox.
Yeah.
So that allows them to do a lot of consumer-friendly things, and they've allowed a lot of programs on their platform, like Xbox Game Pass and EA Access, that's really actually very good for the consumer. And the only thing that they're doing that's really not the best is having to pay to play online, but that's kind of a standard in console gaming, and I don't think it's really going anywhere anytime soon, which is too bad. But it's a good for the companies, but not very good for the consumer.
Yeah.
Other than that, Microsoft has been doing really well at giving the consumers options and stuff. Now, the new Spider-Man game for PS4, we got some more gameplay for that at E3. It's being developed by Insomniac, and it's only coming to PS4, which means I probably won't ever play it anytime soon because I am not buying a PS4 just for that game. But it looked really good. It really reminded me of the old Batman games, the Arkham games, like Arkham City and Arkham Asylum.
Have you ever played the older Spider-Man games? Those ones, they're actually.
Do you mean like the ones in like PS3 and 360 era?
I'm talking like PS2 and Xbox.
Oh yeah. I've played a lot of those. I think I played a lot. Yeah, I did play a lot of those when I was younger. I mean, they weren't the best, but it was Spider-Man, so who cares?
Yeah, I hope it still has that kind of like vibe that those old games had.
But the ones developed by Beanox, other than Shattered Dimensions was actually really good. I like that one a lot. I played that one back when I used to play everything on the Wii, and I beat it, and I loved it. And then they decided to make the movie tie-in Amazing Spider-Man games, which they sucked. They were awful, and I pre-ordered the second one thinking they weren't going to screw it up like they did the last one, but
they did.
Yeah, they screwed it up again, and it was an awful game, and I regret ever buying it ever. But I got 4 costumes for pre-ordering it, so
wow.
Maybe it made the game suck less. Who knows?
No, probably not.
Well, I like to think so. I like to think it was worth it. But I beat it.
Have you guys heard of the new Source 2 engine that's coming to Counter-Strike? I'm sure we've all played Counter-Strike here.
Have they? Are they? I can't speak right now. Are they actually bringing it to Counter-Strike?
Yeah, they announced it for this summer. They said that they're gonna be definitely updating it this summer, I think. And it's supposed to upgrade the graphics because it's running on an old Source engine from like 2009 to 2012. So they are putting a lot of stress on it with all of the new features in Counter-Strike, new graphical changes. So they're trying to upgrade to. It's kind of like the Source 1 engine is holding them back. That's why they're switching to Source 2, because it's going to change it so that it's better graphically and it also runs better. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Is it gonna like change the physics, do you think? do you think the physics is going to change either purposefully or on accident because it might be harder to replicate the exact physics since because of the changing of the engine? Or do you think they'll stay
I
the
think
same?
they're going to try their hardest to preserve like the feeling of Counter-Strike and the movement system and stuff. But they've been trying to get rid of bunny hopping and like nicks in the system like that for years. So they might take this opportunity to change that. But they're probably gonna keep some of the main features in Counter-Strike.
Because I've seen videos about like the Source 2 engine and what it would do to Counter-Strike if it came to if they implemented it, and I think they said something about it changing the physics system a little bit. But maybe it'll make the physics more reliable too, like like reducing like physics glitches and stuff.
Only
Like
time can tell.
hopping and stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be exciting. Being able to have like better graphics and having it run better. Not that it runs bad on anything, but still a good thing to have.
Yeah.
But I saw the Sea of Thieves trailer from the Microsoft E3 press conference. It's like a new open world game designed by Rare, and it's been in development for a little while now. And it's basically like you make like a 4-person team, and you're all like pirates, and it's a big multiplayer online open world, and you go around and you collect loot, and you can like destroy other people's ships, and they can come destroy yours. And it's just a giant, big world of like looting everything, but it's like really lighthearted and not really serious at all. And I absolutely love the trailer for it. I'm pretty psyched for the game. Like if I can find like 3 other people to buy it with me, that'd be awesome, because then we could have like a 4-man squadron that just goes and like beats up other squadrons and collects coins from caves and beats up skeletons.
They actually have a gameplay walkthrough on the Xbox YouTube channel from E3.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Yeah, I like the narrator in that. Like they went underwater, and then they went in the ship, and then he's like, "Watch out for sharks."
And then he was like, and then I was like, and then
yeah, that was. I don't know where I was trying to go with that sentence. It was kind of an awful tangent, but that was fun, I guess. Oh, and then there was Anthem, which is the new game
that
from
looks
BioWare.
so good. That looks really good.
It looks really good, but I couldn't help but laugh at the trailer, because if you go and watch that trailer, they tried to make it sound like natural dialogue coming from
no
like,
no
real
one
human
talks
beings,
like that. No one.
human beings in an online party like playing the game, and then
Yeah,
they just
I'm
come
trying to level up my character right now. I'm going to use this exosuit. All
whoa,
right, Kim.
that's a cool exosuit.
Wow.
When did you get it? I got it on the weekend.
Wow,
And,
cool.
It's so cringeworthy.
Yeah.
And then they walk past and they're like, "Hey, Julie would like to do that mission with us." And
Yeah,
they're like,
she's going
she
to need
needs
that
the XP.
The gameplay still looks
And
really
they-
nice, though. I mean,
Yeah, and they said it in the most cringeworthy way possible, like the most robotics like sounding the way a human can talk.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty
And
bad.
they said it. It's like they asked someone who was like just learning English to write the script for them. Like someone who knows all the English words but doesn't know like how to make the writing
Kim would
like,
love
flow
that level.
correctly.
She needs the XP.
I feel like they took somebody who's like just learning English, who knows how to put words together but not make it like flow, and had them write this stuff, and then had these people read from it like in completely different rooms, just alone, read from it, so there was no interaction during the reading of the script, and then just put it in the trailer.
I think you're overreacting a slight bit.
I'm good at that, but that's what it sounded like.
Yeah,
Well,
it did.
That's what it sounded like to me. But overall, the E3 conference was... I only saw some of it, but I really enjoyed what I saw. I kind of just skipped through. on YouTube to all the games. Like I'd see it and I'm like, oh, that's the name of that game. Time to go to the next one. And oh, did you see Metro Exodus, the new Metro game?
I saw a little bit of it, but I haven't really seen
Yeah.
much of it.
He fights the bear as he gets out of the caves, and he like shoots the arrow at the bear, and then it blows up.
Very
and the bear
good
falls off
description
the
there.
cliff.
Very good.
Yeah. Just go watch the trailer already. Like if you're watching this and you're really confused, then go watch the trailer because I'm not gonna explain it because I only saw some of it.
Or
I
you
saw the
could
whole
not,
thing,
and
so-
we could force Alex to ramble on about the bear.
Yeah,
Yes.
I could do that too. I could just ramble on about the bear.
What color was
Oh,
the
yeah.
bear?
That'd be pretty.
Oh, it was a nice brown bear.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Pretty nice brown bear. I think it had multiple mouths too.
That's not natural. I will say that much.
Yeah, I think that was the point. But do you guys have anything else you guys wanted to talk about, or you guys get pretty much everything out in the open?
Yeah, that's pretty much it, I'd say.
Alright, so I think that puts an end to the FlammeTrek podcast. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.